Yes, you are listening to Jonesy's Jukebox. I'm Steve Jones, and my guest is Slash.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good. Yeah.
What you been up to? You're still touring, aren't you?
Well, actually, we just finished a leg, and we're going to start up again. But we've been home it's been about a month now.
Yeah. You doing Snake Pit?
No.
That ended
No.
a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You have so many bleeding band names.
No,
I
I've
can't keep up.
been with Miles Kennedy since 2010, so going on 10 years. And,
So that's the singer's name, right?
Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators is the band.
So you deliberately didn't want a name that just...
Well, what happened?
You already
was
had that band.
When I started out that particular project, it was
Yeah.
a solo thing, and when I got Miles to do it, and I wanted to sort of put his name on the bill, so it was Slash featuring Miles Kennedy.
Yeah.
And then with Todd and Brent, became such that was such a major part of it that we need to name the band, so I named it the Conspirators, so it just became this really long name.
Yeah.
So
Just to make it more complicated.
but that's what I've been doing up until now, and then also I got back obviously with Guns N' Roses in 2016, so been doing the two things.
You love playing guitar.
I do.
I mean,
I do.
you
Guitar
don't
is fucking
stop.
bitching. I love guitar. Yeah.
You know, I was looking at your Wikipedia. I don't know if it's true, but you started early on with your granddad gave you some old guitar.
My
or
grandmother.
something? Grandmother, sorry.
Well, I was. I guess I was like. It was the summer when I turned 15. So I was like 14 when I first went to her and said, "Hey, I know I've seen a guitar somewhere around here," and she dug it out of a closet for me, and it was just an old flamenco style cheap thing.
And you didn't know anything about chords at that point?
I didn't even, all things considered, I didn't know the first thing about anything having to do with the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd been to enough concerts and knew about music, but I didn't know the term lead guitar, rhythm guitar,
Yeah.
all that different kind of stuff. And when I before I physically had the guitar, I went to a guitar school here on Fairfax in Santa Monica. It's not there anymore. But I went in there and I said, I want to learn how to play bass, right? But I didn't have an instrument. So the guitar teacher was like playing some I think it was some Cream stuff on a guitar
Yeah.
in the room while we were talking. I said, well, and he was playing the solos. And I said, that's what I want to do. He goes, that's not bass, that's lead guitar.
Yeah.
And so he said, but you're going to need an instrument. And that's when I went home and said, hey, is there a guitar around here? Yeah.
That's great. Now, I mean, you like practice like 12 hours a day, right?
I just live and breathe the guitar. It took it everywhere I went. So yeah.
When you were young,
Yeah.
this was prior to doing any kind of substances.
No,
Because
there was
I learned on playing, taking speed.
No, well, I'd started doing substances as you, before the guitar.
Substances.
Yeah. But, all things considered, I hadn't really started taking them as in earnest as I would later
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah. Well, it
But,
definitely, I got slung in the deep end. I was singing first in the Sex Pistols.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
hated it. It's not me.
It's not, I don't
you
like
know what I
singing
mean?
either. It's not my thing.
Yeah. And so got rid of the guitar player we had. I got slung on guitar. And then we auditioned and got Johnny Rotten. But my point is, so the only way I could learn to play guitar was with Black Beauties. Because the speed pills.
Yeah.
And because I couldn't focus.
Okay.
I'd play for like 10 minutes and I'd be
They have
done.
medication for that now, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that saved my ass,
Yeah.
speed. I'm not saying it's a good thing. Because it can ruin you too.
No, but I get what you're saying though.
The
It helped you to be able to
element.
focus, and ADHD, I think.
Yeah. Do you have that?
No, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. You're lucky.
Hmm.
You so you're I can't believe you're born in Hampstead.
I was born in Hampstead. That was where the hospital was.
Oh.
I was born in Hampstead, but lived in Stoke-on-Trent.
Where?
Stoke-on-Trent.
Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
How comes you don't have any kind of English accent?
Because I mean, when I first like moved here permanently, I think I came here once as a baby and then went back to England and then came back here. I had a really thick accent. And
You did?
Yeah. And so I remember being very sort of self-conscious about it as a kid because not only did I have an accent, I had long hair. I wear pretty much the same stuff, but I did not fit in with the fashion sense
Yeah.
of the kids I was going to school with, and I was a total outcast.
Did they
And-
pick on you? They pick on you?
Yeah, I'm sure there was. I mean, I don't remember specifically being picked on so much as just not being able to get with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, and then at the same time, not really caring enough to really make a huge effort. But I did work on trying to get rid of I remember consciously trying to get rid of my accent or subdue it. And then over time, living in Los Angeles, it just goes away.
Yeah. That's
But there's
cool.
certain things that I still say aunt.
Aunt?
There's certain words that I use that people go, that's not your typical American thing.
And then you had an English passport, right?
Mm-hmm.
For forever.
Yeah, until I was came back. No, it was 93 sometime.
Yeah.
I came back from South America and at LAX and my visa had expired and I was about to get deported.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I got an American passport.
Yeah. Me too. I love it.
Mm.
I've actually been living longer in America than I lived in England.
Yeah, well, I definitely am.
Yeah.
But
What you driving? Anything fancy?
I'm driving nothing fancy. Well, I'm driving a Porsche 911 Turbo.
You've always had a bleeding Porsche.
No, I was an Aston Martin guy for forever.
I remember you back in the day.
Wait, I had that
You
little
had that
black.
little black one.
I did. That was
I
the
used
first.
to see you driving up.
That was the first and only Porsche. Actually, I remember coming down Sunset, like right down here past Doheny, and you were on your bike.
Yeah.
And I was with, I forgot who I was with, but I had the top down, and I remember driving alongside you down Sunset.
Yeah.
So that was the Speedster reissue
Right.
that they came out with in 1989.
The one, what's it? Guy died.
James
That
Dean.
same car, right?
Yeah. Well,
Same
I mean,
shape,
yeah,
size.
same, yeah. And then I had that car forever, and I sold it, for less than I bought it for, and I was pretty pissed off about it. And then a couple of years later, that car is worth 10 times what I bought it for
Oh,
now. Anyway, but I got into Aston Martins for a long time, and then someone loaned me a Porsche Turbo to drive, and I fell in love with it. I bought one, sold the Aston, traded it for the Aston.
You're a car
Traded
guy?
the Aston for it.
You like cars?
I'm not a gearhead, but I do like cars.
You also used to ride motocross, didn't you?
I did
Motorcycles?
motocross. Yeah. Well, I did BMX, and I didn't do any kind of what you call real professional motocross, but that's what I was aspiring to do.
Did you do any like the hill kind of dirt?
Yeah. Well, with BMX, that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
Racing, but primarily freestyle.
Yeah. Do you ever
And-
watch the new kids doing that stuff?
I follow a bunch of people on Instagram, and I've just been keeping abreast of it for a while now, and it's amazing. I mean, the shit that we did back in the day.
Yeah, you swore.
we were pushing the envelope back then.
Yeah.
And but to see where it's gone now, it doesn't even look physically possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is insane.
And they start at such a young age as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy watching that. We're gonna play some rock and roll. We're gonna play from Spaghetti Incident.
Something you picked, yeah.
I did. I actually love this song.
I love this song too, and I was really into doing it, but I didn't think that anybody really got it after we put
I
it
don't think
out.
so.
They didn't get it.
You have to be an old fart to get it, I think.
I mean, I think that it's a great song, regardless of if you've ever heard the original.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. But
How did you? Well, we'll come back to that.
All right.
I bloody forgot the name of the song now. What's
Oh,
it
it's called "Since I Don't Have You."
Since I Don't Have You from Spaghetti Incident. I'm here with Slash, Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest Slash. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
That one song from Spaghetti Incident. It's an album of all covers, right? And I was wondering, how did you pick the songs? Did you all take a couple each or something?
Yeah, well, like Duff picked a couple. I think Axel had a couple of mine. That particular one that Since I Don't Have You, I remember he had brought it up, and I'd always loved that song. So I was like, yeah, that'd be a great song to do. I think Hair of the Dog was one of the ones that he and I both wanted
Nazareth.
to do. But yeah, everybody sort of threw ideas in the hat.
Was it fun doing that?
Yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, it was very spontaneous, and it was recorded in different studios around. Well, I mean, some stuff was in the States. I think we recorded some stuff in, I want to say Canada. Don't quote me on that. But I know that there were different studios, different locations while we were on the road. Yeah. So we would just pop in. And that particular thing we just heard, I remember we just rented out some studio in the middle of the country somewhere. Just found it, booked it, and went in there and whipped it out. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun to make.
Yeah. I like cover albums.
I do too.
It's easy. The songs are already written.
Yeah. Well, and there's also, just being able to do an interpretation of a song that you really like.
Yeah.
And some cover records are better than others. But the ones where the artist really relates to the original material and it becomes part of their personality when they re-record it. Yeah. I think that's really cool. I thought Garage Days from Metallica was one of the best cover records of all time. It was great.
Do you, I think I've asked you this before, but like, what's one of your favorite albums? Was you into Sabbath, right? You like Sabbath? You like a lot of rock.
I'm a rock guy, yeah. But I mean, like Sabbath is one of my favorite bands. But I think probably if I was going to name a favorite record that has been a favorite for all my life, it would probably be either Beggar's Banquet or Let It Bleed from the Stones.
Yeah.
Or actually, you know what? Sticky Fingers, Let It Bleed, Beggar's Banquet, and Exile on Main Street. Those 4 records in a row are pretty much the best, my favorite music of all time.
And of course, Exile's a double album.
Yeah.
And do you ever see the documentary on that, the making of that? When they go to that in France?
I know I have, but I just can't recall.
They went there, they rented this villa, but they wanted to go there because in England back then,
the tax
thing, you had to give 99% to the tax man.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
So it was a tax haven, basically.
Yeah. And it's so out of control.
Are you talking about Cocksucker Blues, that documentary? Because that you can't just buy anywhere.
No. I don't think so.
I know
basically it's the making of Exile.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it. There's something on Exile that I've seen, but I can't recall what it was.
It's really good, man. Yeah. It's like so out of control.
Yeah.
Like, Keith's like up all
I'm going to
night.
look it up after I leave here today. And
but then when they start jamming, him and Charlie, it all kind of, it's just crazy. I would not want to be around that scene.
Yeah, right.
When I see it, it gives me anxiety.
Makes you uncomfortable.
Man, I'm telling you. What was I going to ask you? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You've done someone's got a phone or something, son. You've done Star Spangled Banner a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
You've got up at like baseball.
I've done it at basketball, baseball, a couple baseballs, 3 baseballs, I think, events. Basketball, I think I did it at football. Yeah, I did. The last one I did was at USC. Was a football thing.
Now, do you ever get mind screwed when you play that?
What do you mean?
Or do you know it like in your sleep?
No, because it's one of those things
it's a tricky thing,
I never play it unless I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
And then so you sort of get it all together, but then in the heat of the moment, in front of all those people staring
at you.
Yeah, it's something you have to sort of maintain your composure. The last time I did it, I had to do it with the marching band with the conductor.
Oh my God.
And that was actually, I thought that would be easy. I thought it would make it easier.
You could hide.
It was harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I played it a couple of times, and almost screwed it completely up.
Right.
Once you start making a mistake.
Once you hit one wrong note, then you sort of get that into that sort of intimidated headspace of having fucked up.
Yeah.
and knowing that you have the whole rest of the piece in front of you, and then you get distracted by. Yeah.
And then you get some people getting annoyed that you're messing the
yeah,
national
yeah. Oh
anthem
no, they
up.
get really pissed off. And I had an incident at Dodger Stadium where one of my cables went out right before its time. So there's the build up to, okay, this is what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
And they come out and they announce it, and it was during that period that we're trying to figure out what was wrong, and then we got it at the very, very last
That was a
second.
big panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like playing it when if you like a lot of people use it because of Hendrix, they use it as a vehicle to be able to improvise all over the place.
That's kind of the blueprint is Hendrix version, right?
But I like playing it where you play it true to the melody and just have a really great tone.
Yeah.
And when that comes together, for me, that's really the magic of playing it.
Yeah. Without all the feedback and all that stuff. I want to play a song called Black Leather.
Yeah.
That's from Spaghetti Incident.
Which I know the guy who wrote it.
I know the guy too. And he was happy you recorded it.
Yeah.
He made a few quid.
It's a great song. The original version is fucking awesome. I mean, I think I don't think we actually. I think we do a little justice, but still, the original version is the best.
Yeah, it was a demo.
Yeah, I know.
Me and Cookie
Yeah.
did it, and it was just I mean, it's like, it's kind of basically ripping off the Stooges.
Yeah.
But
But it's got your accent, which is great.
Yeah. Black Leather.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give that a whirl. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest Slash, and this is Black Leather from the album Spaghetti Incident. Take it away. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, with my guest Slash.
Hey.
And that song was Black Leather. That's on the Guns N' Roses album Spaghetti Incident. That was a song I wrote. And beautiful. I was well pleased when that was on it. I'm sure everyone was well pleased.
Yeah. It was fun to do.
Yeah.
I think we actually did that song, and I like I said, don't quote me on this, but I think we actually did that one here in LA.
In LA?
Yeah. I think we did it at the record plant. But then I could be completely wrong.
It don't matter. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Did you guys basically form in LA?
Yeah.
So you're an LA band, right?
Yeah, definitely an LA band.
Do you remember your first gig, where it was?
The Troubadour.
That was the first gig?
I'm pretty sure the Troubadour was the first gig that we did.
And that no one knew you was?
Well, there was because there had been a version of Guns N' Roses with Tracy Guns before the version with myself.
Right.
And Steven.
Right.
And so that version was playing around. I remember when I was working at Tower Video, just right next door.
Yeah.
Izzy came in one day and gave me a flyer. And then prior to that, there was different incarnations of Hollywood Rose and stuff like that. There was a version of it with Steven Adler and Duff. No, Steven Adler and Axl and myself. And then there was a version of a band called Road Crew with Duff and Steven and myself. And then there was Guns N' Roses with Izzy and Duff and Tracy and Axl and Rob Gardner. And then I got back into it, and we brought Steven into it, and then we played the Troubadour as this lineup. And so I'm sure we had a handful of fans that had been around for all these different.
Okay. So they showed up.
But that's what made, when we played our first gig back together, a reunion gig at the Troubadour in 2016. Yeah, that's what made it really special for us. It was, sort of that particular venue had a lot of history for us. Yeah.
That place does have a lot of history.
I mean, it has a lot of history for me just growing up, because I went there with my parents during the 70s. So
yeah.
And I remember Doug Weston really well.
Yeah.
Freak that he was in that whole scene. I sort of grew up in that,
Yeah.
So.
Elton John gives kudos for that place of him kind of starting.
Well, that was when he came in. I remember. I mean, as a kid, still I remember this. I wasn't there, but I remember what an event it was for my dad and the people, their friends, when Elton first played here.
Yeah,
It was a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the big shots showed
Yeah.
up for that gig.
Yeah.
John
And
Lennon.
it was a couple nights, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure. Yeah, just say it is. Yeah, it was a couple of nights. But you prior to Just You, it was a lot of hair bands, right? Kind of more poppy.
Well,
And you came along. You were more like the bad boys of that scene.
I think when we came along, which is like 1985, the prominent image up and down the strip was the hair bands, the sequins, or
White cowboy
glitters
boots
and bandanas
with pink
around your knees
spandex.
and all that stuff. And so we were sort of the antithesis of that.
Yeah.
For sure. And we hated everything about it. you know.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. A cool period before Guns N' Roses came along was when the punk scene was still really vibrant here, and then you had the Van Halen and the sort of the aftermath of Van Halen, and then you also had new wave pop all going at the same time,
Right.
and all these venues, which there's not that many, but all of them had all these different, like the Starwood had all these different things. It was metal, punk rock, and pop music all going on at the same time. It's pretty hectic environment.
It was busy here, man.
It was very busy.
I loved it in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Because there was, even if you didn't really sign on for some of the bullshit stuff that you were seeing, there was such an energy and excitement to it because it was so active.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah,
It had a vibe.
Yeah.
For sure. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I loved it so much, I actually did an album called Fire and Gasoline, like a rock album. I tried to get in on the action.
I remember you had long hair. And,
Yeah, and I'm not like a singer, but I'm trying to sing like
yeah, I remember that. That was sort of before I really knew you.
Axl actually, I do a version of Did You Know Wrong, a Sex Pistol song, and Axl actually sings on a couple of verses. Yeah. All right, buddy, we're gonna knock it on the head.
Megan says to tell you hi.
Okay.
I told her I'd tell you.
She's on the gram.
Yeah.
She loves the Instagram.
Yeah, I noticed that you posted for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I was dead there for a while, man. I was dead. So,
well, it's good to be here. Good to see you.
It's great, man. Good news is I didn't get dizzy. You were a great guest, and I appreciate you coming in. It means a lot.
It's my pleasure.
And that's it.
That's it.
I'll see you later.
All right.